The Heat's win over the Knicks on Friday night. Tyler Hero obviously was a storyline, just coming back from injury, taking over offensively. Jimmy Butler had some moments in the third and the second half. But Bam Adebayo kind of went under the radar in terms of impact because he took over defensively just as much as Tyler Hero took over offensively. Bam Adebayo did defensively, and I just want to go over some of the things he did in this game. It should be said, I've said a bunch of times, this Knicks offense falls right into Miami's favor defensively because they like teams that play inside the arc in this way, that they can blitz a type of Julius Randle, and Jimmy Butler can be that free safety. The issue is that when RJ Barrett's playing like that, it kind of throws it off a little bit, but that's obviously not going to come all the time. They're going to live with that because when you have 1 for 9 Julius Randle in the first half, you're decently in a good spot. But I just want to go over Bam Adebayo, the first one right here. Jimmy guarding Julius Randle. He's going to switch. Now, what's going to happen? Bam Adebayo is waiting on this weak side. It's something that they did in that last Charlotte game was they kind of eliminated Bam in that way, and that's what kind of takes his impact away sometimes because you do not want Bam Adebayo on the weak side if you're in offense because this is the stuff that happens. You rotate over, he meets you at the rim, and he gets you nice blocks like that, and he gets you perfect rotations, and obviously on the backside, it's no more of these poor defenders. It's PJ Tuckers, and it's Jimmy Butlers, and it's Kyle Lowry's, and it's Gabe Vincent's that are making these rotations for Bam, and he can freely kind of do these type of things without worrying about that backside. The next one, this is Bam Adebayo. Julius Randle taking him off the dribble, stops right here at that high mid-range. The one thing about Bam is that if you pick up your dribble and he knows you have no more dribbles, you are in a terrible spot because that is when he's at his best. Right here, he throws him a pump fake. Usually that means the offensive player has the advantage. He just threw him the pump fakes. I go back a little bit. But it doesn't happen like that. He throws him the pump fake, gets Bam out of the play, but oh wait, Bam's not still in the play because he turns around 360, still contests it, and Julius Randle misses it. That's just the type of stuff that he does. That's the type of stuff that he provides. And it's interesting because almost all of these plays where I'm showing Bam's impact defensively is on Julius Randle. Right here, another one, PJ Tucker guarding him. This is more of a Heat defensive point because you see PJ Tucker staying with Julius Randle. He gives him the jab and cuts right. Who is he blending into right here on a drive? It's PJ swiping. It's Jimmy stepping up for a potential charge or just messing things up. And Bam's there for a potential block. Right here, Jimmy gets to the way. Bam comes over for the block. That's just a heck of a tunnel of a defensive trio that many are going to have to face in the playoffs. That when they go up with those type of matchups and you have to do that, unless there's like a high-level playmaker that you're playing that can make that kind of skip pass to that opposite corner, that's why this defense is so elite. Because when you have Bam on that type of baseline roaming, that's when they're at their best. Another one, just an interesting, just transition roaming, just the type of impact he has, the gravity he has for, as I go back one more time, to see him just all he did was trail this play as Randall's running down the floor in transition. He gets up in the air and it forces him to throw it backcourt. That's just the type of impact he has. That's the type of stuff he does. Another one we could talk about all the time, the switching. If they get a small on a certain guy, it's an issue. For one, Gabe can kind of hold his ground a little bit because he's just a really strong, even though he's smaller, he's just really strong. But as you see right here, as he looks like he has an advantage, Bam's continue to help. When he goes into that fade, Bam comes from behind, he gets his third block of the night. That's the type of stuff he does. And it's just why this Knicks offense, as I said before, falls into Miami's favor defensively and why they can handle these type of players like Julius Randle. And there are a couple others in the East that we can look at that are these interior players that go right inside the arc. Miami really likes that type of matchup because they can do things against it that they typically can't do against a perimeter player. The last one, as I said, RJ Barrett was going off in this one. Maybe they could have put Bam on him a little bit earlier and fought through screens because as we saw right here, this is the type of stuff that happens. Even if he gets the blow by and he gets by you, as we've seen him do all night, Bam is one of the best players in this league at just recovering defensively. Like if he can make up for maybe a misreach or if the guy kind of gets him lacking and he gets by him, he can always recover at very high speed. So right here, he gets by him, Bam goes up, glasses him off the backboard. Kind of just this is how he took over defensively. A lot of that was on Randall, but obviously right there on Barrett. It's just interesting to see. I know with the offensive side of the ball is always the focus, but when you have a guy that can take over playoff games potentially on the defensive end like this and just completely change everything for an opposing offense, that's why this team and that's why Bam Adebayo is so dangerous.